Well, K2 may officially be illegal now, but stores are putting up signs like this, advertising an alternative form of the drug, which, while legal, is still extremely deadly to consume. School lunches now have fruit cups and salads, which is great, but at the same time, there's still foods like this, pizza and breadsticks, which aren't healthy, and these are the foods kids are still going for. Yeah, out-of-state travelers bring in a ton of money every single year, but the city that they're going to might surprise you. Well, if the store's not going to sell to you, then why not try out a fake ID, right? If you're thinking that it might be the right choice for you, go ahead and check out hometv.net. I put a link there for you to get all the adoption information you need. And police aren't sure if they're going to be able to get it moved at any point in the next several days. It's been in question for years how to punish extremely drunk drivers and kids who drink underage. K2, Spice, LOL. It has different names, but the same dangerous consequences exist. It's 100% legal and sold in stores all over Michigan.
This is the devil's worship right here. This is the devil's worship.
Daniel was addicted to the stuff for 2 years before getting clean.
It's beyond addictive. It's worse than marijuana. At one time, I spent my whole paycheck in 1 week, and that was $700.
It's sold as incense or potpourri, says right on the label, not for human consumption, but it's definitely not being used as incense. Kids are smoking this stuff like pot.
It's doing the same thing as marijuana's doing, so incense will get you this high, you know what I mean? And this is like man-made stuff, so you really don't even know what's being put in it.
K2 was outlawed a little over a year ago, but chemists have manipulated a new compound that is legal, unregulated, and sold in stores all over Michigan. Well, K2 may officially be illegal now, but stores are putting up signs like this, advertising an alternative form of the drug, which, while legal, is still extremely deadly to consume.
You can buy this anywhere, you know? You can buy this in the gas station.
People are smoking it and dying. Smoking it and it's killing them.
You think people smoke this? I don't tell them to smoke it, right?
If you're seeing on TV and hearing in the news that people are smoking...
No, I didn't hear news or didn't see it.
I've got a report. Would you want to look at it?
No, I don't read English.
You don't read English?
No, I can't read English.
This guy works here at the Citgo station by MSU.
If you guys go down to Lansing, everybody's selling in Lansing.
Yep.
That's where the root of the problem is.
Downtown
That's
Lansing.
where the kids are buying.
Would you want it banned?
Yeah, man, ban it. I'll be happy. Ban it so no one sells it, so we won't sell it.
Gotcha.
We gotta sell it. If they sell it, we have to sell it, man. We can't let the business grow.
He needs to sell it to compete. Some state senators disagree.
I think that's BS. They don't need to sell a product that harms people, and if they have any type of morals, they wouldn't be selling it.
Macomb County, West Bloomfield Township, the city of Detroit, and several others have all banned the sale of synthetic marijuana in their communities, and soon the entire state's going to follow suit.
By banning it and by passing this legislation and making it a felony, which was one of the amendments that was passed in committee today, nobody will be buying it at a Citgo station, I can tell you that.
Legislation is working its way through the state Senate now, and it's expected to be signed into law by the governor at the end of June. Bottom line, someone wants to try it for the first time, what do you say?
Don't ever do it. Don't do it. It'll ruin your life.
In East Lansing, Kevin McElroy, Home TV. It's being called by investigators a case of animal hoarding. Literally hundreds and hundreds of dogs being packed into small kennels and bred for a quick buck.
They had feces everywhere, on their feet, all on their fur. Strong ammonia smell from all the urine. Food has urine and feces in it. It's just disgusting. Yeah, it's not good at all.
These are the conditions that over 380 dogs were forced to live in.
It was like, wow, this really happens.
Police in Western Michigan raided a puppy mill last month and are charging the 64-year-old owners with several counts of felony animal neglect. 19 of the dogs were brought here to the Ingham County Animal Shelter.
The majority of them have major health issues, no socialization.
They looked kind of rough when they first came in. They definitely looked sickly and ill, but after a good grooming and after the bathing and after getting flea treatments, they started to heal pretty quickly after that.
This puppy chihuahua named Phoenix just gave birth to several puppies of her own. And before you know it, all of these dogs are going to be adopted by loving families who will give them the caring homes they deserve. As for the owners of the puppy mill...
But I believe prison time could be the penalty.
According to Caitlin, first-time dog owners should steer clear of adopting any puppy mill dogs.
So it's not something to just jump into and make a rash decision, oh, I want one of those dogs, because you really have to be prepared for all the emotional damage that these dogs have had.
If you're thinking that it might be the right choice for you, go ahead and check out HomeTV.net. I put a link there for you to get all the adoption information you need. From Mason, I'm Kevin McElroy, Home TV.
It was within minutes, literally. I mean, I was a block from the vet, and they were going to take her in, and I was just going to leave her there, and I would have been in.
Putting down a pet can be hard. Rachel's grown up with her golden retriever, Anna, for the past 13 years. Anna's part of the family, through good times and bad.
Come on, Ann. Come on.
4 years ago, Rachel came here to the PA school at the University of Detroit Mercy. She wants to help people and couldn't have imagined how her medical education would impact her dog. After getting ready for class one day, Rachel noticed something just wasn't right.
I think Anna had a stroke, and she just looked really bad. She definitely not the normal Anna. So, but I did notice that her eyes, they were kind of moving to the side like this really fast. And I learned in PA school that's called nystagmus, and that's common in a lot of things. When it goes to the side, when it's horizontal, that's common in vertigo.
But Anna looked way too sick to just have vertigo, so her family had to make a really tough choice.
They pretty much decided that if she wasn't better, if we all decided as a family that we wanted to put her down, then they would do that the next day.
So the next morning, Rachel kissed her best friend goodbye and went off to class. Her dad took Anna to the Plaza Vet a couple hours later.
And the receptionist started filling out the paperwork. It was asking me questions on whether I wanted to have her cremated, or what I wanted to do with the ashes, and didn't really have an idea if I wanted to be there or not. So I was just going to drop her off.
And to top things off, Rachel's professor had an emotional lesson planned.
So the lecture today is on strokes, and I'm like, great. I'm like, perfect timing,
The professor began by explaining the similarities between strokes and vertigo. Every vertigo symptom described was exactly what Anna had.
I quickly get on my phone and, I run out in the hallway and I call my dad and I'm like, Dad, where are you? I hope it's not too late. I think Anna just has vertigo. We're learning about it right now. And he's like, oh, I'm on my way to the vet. And I'm like, oh my gosh. I'm like, perfect timing. I'm like, make sure the vet does see her for sure.
And he said, she's got an urinary infection and she's got vertigo. And he goes, antibiotics will correct in a couple of weeks. Basically, a pill's gonna fix this dog, which I couldn't have believed it. If you had seen this dog, you wouldn't have believed it.
If I hadn't learned about strokes the next day, let alone if I hadn't even been in PA school, she could be dead.
I'm really surprised.
Rachel's dad even jokes about the irony of the entire ordeal.
I told her afterwards, I says, next time you have heart attack classes, give me an advance warning.
Now, Anna's vet says that the life expectancy for a golden retriever is only 11 years, and she just rounded 13, and after Rachel saved her life, hopefully she'll have a few more. In Farmington Hills, I'm Kevin McElroy, Home TV.